All right, guys, welcome back again to this segment. I hope you're having a nice day. So, this weekend seems to be a good one for our players, especially the strikers, because they showed up for their club sides in terms of scoring goals. And one man that his goal was very, very sweet, personally for me, and I'm sure it's going to give him confidence going forward, is Taiwo Awoniyi, because he was one of the goal scorers in their game against Brentford City. Scored the second goal of the match, and the celebration just shows you what that goal means to him. You know, it was a little bit emotional, but all in all, it was a very, very important goal for him because the last time he scored a goal was back in January of 2025. So it's good to see the man coming back on the scoring sheet. And again, I mean, his future has been under debate. You know, there have been lots of talks suggesting that he's going to leave the club, but maybe maybe this good might just get him back in contention to start featuring again. But it's not just this man, of course. Victor Osimhen as well was on the score sheet, and he continues his incredible form for this Galatasaray side, having played 59 matches, scored 50 goals, and created 6 assists, which brings his total goal and assist contribution to 56 out of 59 matches. This is an incredible record for anyone to hold. And I mean, it just shows you the quality of player that Victor Osimhen is. They won their game, over the weekend against Faith Karagumrok, 3 goals to 1. Osimhen scored one of the goals. And, and Osimhen has really received a lot of praises, from a couple of stakeholders, one of them being a former Turkish doctor and also former referee who goes by the name Ahmet Saka. Came out to heap praises on Victor Osimhen, giving him credit for his mentality, the fact that he comes out and talks to his players, he shouts when he needs to shout, he quarrels, he does whatever he needs to do just to make sure that he gets everyone around and make sure that they win their match. He's very, very impressed with that attitude from Osimhen. And this is actually funny because while this man is praising Osimhen for his on-pitch attitude, uh, some people believe that this attitude is not good. Some people believe that this attitude kind of kills the morale of the game. I'm talking about you know who. We have one of our legends in Sunday Olise who believes that Osimhen's attitude on the pitch is something that kills morale of the game. Of course, two different opinions, but let's take a look at what this former Turkish referee and doctor Ahmed Saka has to say about Osimhen. He said, Osimhen is a very strange kid. I don't know him at all. I don't have the chance to get to know him. I watch the matches he plays, and his performance and his professional dedication and professional ethics are perhaps number one at Galatasaray. He doesn't accept things passively. He shouts at his teammates. He doesn't slack off. He returns to Turkey when his job is done. He doesn't miss his flights. He's a player with every high professional ethics. Even if he doesn't score goals, I take my hat off to the fight he shows. But don't push Osimhen to the breaking point. I sense it. I can't predict what Osimhen will do when he loses his temper. That's the kind of kid he is. That's how he broke away from Napoli in the first place. So this is what this veteran referee is saying about Osimhen. Again, it's mixed with positive and negative, because he says that even though he loves Osimhen for how he acts on the pitch, how he quarrels and try to, get results for them with his attitude, he still feels that that attitude can sometimes go over the ledge and cause trouble for not just Osimhen but also the club, citing what happened with Napoli, that resulted to Osimhen being sold by the club. But I mean, whatever happens on the pitch, whatever attitude Osimhen possesses and shows on the pitch, people have different opinions about it. But hey, if that's going to keep making him to get the goals, I mean, I don't think there's any problem with that because at the end of the day, striker is judged by the results, the goals, the assists, especially the goals that he brings to the table. And Osimhen at this point is delivering those goals. But let's move on, guys. Of course, one man as well, Akko Adams, showed up for his Sevilla side. This is now his third goal in two appearances, consecutive appearances for Sevilla. He just came back from AFCON in a red hot form, and he started banging in the goals for Sevilla. And interestingly, Sevilla had not won. They've not even scored, let alone won, and they didn't even score, let alone won any of their previous, I think, four games since Akko Adams and Chidera Ejuke left for the AFCON. So during that period that we were playing AFCON, Sevilla were busy playing their games and they were losing and drawing without even scoring one goal. But Akko Adams came back, and since then they've been having a good time in their league, uh, winning back to backs, and then Akko Adams proving pivotal to score three goals in two appearances. Good one to see. Of course, we also have other guys. Talk about Paul Onuachu stepping up for his club side to score one of the goals that helped them get an important victory in the Turkish league. Who else? Who else? Samuel Chukwueze as well was on the score sheet to help Fulham get an important comeback victory over over Brighton. Yes, Brighton and Hove's Albion. Chukwueze got one of the goals. But he got the equalizer before Fulham went on and got the winner through a 9 minutes goal by Harry Wilson. But again, guys, I'm just going to let you know what's happening right now with Coach Eric Shaw and the Super Eagles. Of course, there's been discussions, with Coach Eric Shaw and the NFF. He entered the country a few days ago, so obviously there's certainly a discussion with the federation and Coach Eric Shaw about his future with the Super Eagles, which both parties have given us a hint that they like what they have. They want to keep going. But right now there is a very big pressure coming from the outside, and this is from Tunisia, the Tunisian national team. Initially, when we were still playing the AFCON, Tunisia made an unofficial or informal inquiry about Coach Eric Shell and his availability. And during that period, Coach Eric Shell debunked the news because he said that he's focused on Nigeria, and that is the only thing that he's concerned with, with the AFCON and the Super Eagles. But right now, Tunisia has reportedly tabled an official bid. This is no longer informal. Uh, it's no longer a play thing. They've now officially tabled a whopping sum of $100,000 a month for Coach Eric Shell, and they are now begging him to come and sign for them to lead their team to the World Cup coming up in June. So this is the big distraction right now for Coach Eric Shell. Is he going to abandon the Super Eagles job and jump on the Tunisian job, which of course is very lucrative, in terms of the money aspect, and also it presents him the chance to coach at the highest level of the national team, which is the World Cup. This is definitely something that Coach Eric Shea will be pondering about, you know. But as it stands now, no word from Coach Eric Shea or his representative, no word from NFF whatsoever in terms of what they've now agreed with Coach Eric Shea with his contract going forward. So it's going to be interesting, the next coming hours, possibly days, to see whether or not Coach Eric Shea will be tempted away from the Super Eagles job to follow the big money and the big opportunity at the World Cup with Tunisia, or maybe he's going to, stay loyal to the NFF and the Super Eagles and continue his work with the team.